Is this a leap year? Yes. Yes, it is. See, now that's how they get you. That's how who gets what? The man. That's how the man gets you. The man gets you with leap year? Yeah. It's just his way of getting one more extra day of work out of you every 4 years. Wow. I never thought of it that way. Well, they cover it up with that whole big story about how the Earth don't go around the sun in exactly 365 days, so every 4 years they have to add a day to catch up. And you don't believe that. Man, they can't even tell you when the cable guy's going to show up. You think anybody knows exactly how many minutes we're short or long or whatever when the Earth goes around the sun? Give me a break. Yeah, but I mean, leap year's been around for hundreds of years. So, they had bosses hundreds of years ago too, didn't they? And they all got together and figured out how to get people to work extra day. You've really put a lot of thought into this, haven't you? I've been thinking about this since I was 10 years old, because that's when I realized leap year was just a way for them to get me to go to school extra day. Yeah, you never were a big fan of school. Well, I like parts of it. I always liked math up till high school. What happened in high school? I was taking a class. I can't remember if it was algebra or calculus. And they started teaching us about square roots, which is fine. But then they throw in this thing about the square root of -1 being the imaginary number I. Yeah, I remember that. It had to be imaginary because when you multiply any number by itself, positive or negative, the result is always positive. Yeah, which means -1 don't have a square root. So they just made one up. And that bothered you. You dang right it bothered me. You don't just start making up imaginary numbers to solve a problem. I get overdrawn at the bank. I can't just make up an imaginary $10,000 and tell them it's in there. Either something's real or it's not. As far as I'm concerned, the only thing imaginary numbers is good for is counting all the fairies and elves in your backyard. So the imaginary number I turned you away from math. Well, that and getting a D in the course. I never could figure out what a logarithm was either.